In Excel, sometimes you want to count the number of records that meet your criteria. For example, I want to count the number of students who failed the test. Excel provides 5 functions for performing counting: count, counta, countBlank, COUNTIF, and COUNTIFs. I will show you which function can solve your problems and how to use them. This Excel sheet contains your employees' hours of work every day. I wanted to know this week how many days each worker came to work. I can use the count function. Count function counts the number of cells within a specified range that hold values. For example, I wanted to know how many days Anna came to work. I can count the number of cells that hold value from B2 to F2. Let's write the function and select the range. Now I know Anna worked 4 days this week. Let's apply the function to other cells. One thing to remember is count functions doesn't count the number of cells that hold the text. In these examples, workers are supposed to enter Y if they work on that day. If we use the count function here, count the number of days that Anna worked, we cannot get our result, so we need to use another function called COUNTA. COUNTA counts the number of cells within a specified range that aren't empty. So if we wanted to know how many days Anna came to work, we can count the number of cells that aren't empty from B2 to F2. Let's write the function B2 to F2. Now I know Anna worked 4 days this week. Another function we are going to learn is the COUNTBLANK function. COUNTBLANK counts the number of cells within a specified range that are empty. In this example, Y means worker worked on that day and empty means worker didn't work on that day. Now I know Anna worked on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, but she didn't work on Wednesday. I wanted to know how many workers didn't work on Friday. I can count all the empty cells from F2 to F31. Let's write our function and select the range. Now I know 17 workers didn't work on Friday. One important function to learn is COUNTIF function. COUNTIF counts the number of cells within a specified range that match your criteria. In this example, workers enter their hours of work every day. As a manager, I would love to know how many workers worked more than 8 hours on Friday. I can use the COUNTIF function. First, we need to specify the range. Second, we need to specify our criteria within this quotation mark. Now I know 2 workers worked more than 8 hours on Friday. This is a very useful function because as a manager, I don't want my workers to work more than 8 hours on Friday, so I wanted to check if any of my workers worked more than 8 hours, how many. The last function we are going to learn is COUNTIFS function. COUNTIFS function counts the number of cells that match multiple criteria. Let's go back to our Excel example. I changed this example a little bit. If a worker didn't work on any day, that person should enter 0. I wanted to know on Friday how many workers actually worked but just worked less than 8 hours. I will count the number of cells that have numbers bigger than 0 but smaller than 8. This is how I write this function. You enter the function COUNTIF and you specify first criteria. The first things you need to specify is the range, and the first criteria is bigger than 0, and then the same range. The second criteria, remember that you can specify many criteria, like up to, I think like it's like up to 100 or more than 100. Now I know 11 workers actually worked on that day, but they just worked less than 8 hours.